Prize Picks, another episode brought to you by our brothers at Prize Picks. And look, if you're a supporter of the podcast, I'd appreciate it if you supported our promo code. Go to Prize Picks, use that promo code Bootleg right now. Play a $5 lineup, you get to play $50. Play 5, get 50 in lineups. It's that easy. Now, what is Prize Picks? First of all, it's football season. Why not watch football while making cash? It makes everything so much more fun. Trust me when I say it. You put together a lineup, all right, you're going to pick more than or less than. See, you got to get the schematics right. Maybe a touchdown, a certain amount of yards, a certain amount of receiving yards, rushing yards, passing yards, whatever it is, you put your lineup together, you win cash. And this week's lineup, don't forget to use the promo code Bootleg when you sign up. Play $5, get $50 in lineups. I like Dak Prescott against the Jets more than 5.5 rushing yards. We like that. I like Bryce Young, who's had a rough year, but he's playing the Miami Dolphins defense, which is a joke. And this feels like Bryce Young might get benched for Andy Dalton if he doesn't ball out here. So I'm going to go more than 195.5 yards passing. Then we're going to go to the Giants and Saints game. The Saints are an atrocious football team, even though they seem to hang around in every game that they play in. Give me the rookie boys. I'm talking about Cam Scatterbo, more than 65.5 rushing yards. And I like Jackson Dart, more than 41.5 rushing yards. And then finally, the hometown hero, my boy Kyler Murray. Yes, sir, Mighty Mouse. More than 31.5 rushing yards against the Tennessee Titans, the worst team in the NFL. Try that lineup. And then follow me on Prize Picks at Bootleg Kev. Don't forget, use the promo code Bootleg. Prize Picks, download it, support the podcast, and let's get into a new episode. Yo, Bootleg Kev podcast, special guests. We got two legends, two living legends, man. Havoc, one half of Mobb Deep, and my brother, Alchemist. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Good looking.
It is an honor to have both of you here. Me and Alchemist have been talking about doing a podcast for it feels like the better part of the last decade of my life.
This was overdue.
It's very much overdue.
Right.
Man, it's nice to meet you, bro. I'm a fucking Mobb Deep stan. So
Thank you.
Can you tell me, man, this new album? I got to listen to it, and it was kind of like, it was very much like, it felt like y'all just recorded this shit. Mm-hmm. And while listening to the album, I got like a little emotional because I was like, damn, like this is probably the last of the records, right? Like,
I mean, for me, I would say yeah, because you know what I'm saying. But Prodigy he recorded a lot. He recorded a lot. You know what I mean? But you know,
for you, man, what was emotionally? What was it like crafting this album? Because it does, like I said, it sounds so cohesive. It sounds like everything was cut. Like, you know, it's such a great project, man. What was it like for you, just emotionally, just going back to Mobb Deep mode without P being here?
Yeah, for me, it was bittersweet. You know what I mean? It was something that I wanted to do for a long time. You know what I mean? But yeah, you got to let the grieving part breathe, right? But then at some point, it's like you want to do something to, you know, send your comrade off with 21 gun salute, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With a project, you know what I mean? That because he deserves that. You understand what I'm saying? So it was bittersweet because there's moments in the album where I'm hearing him say things that are like premonitions. You know what I'm saying? And it's like shit fucked me up. You know what I mean? And I'm sure it wasn't planned that way, but that's how it felt, and it kind of evoked those emotions out of me.
Wait, what about for you, Al? Because I know you and P were so locked in.
Yeah.
You know, I think some of his best work is your guys' two projects together. But like, what was that like going back in that place? I'm sure getting those vocals pulled up, like being a part of the creation of this.
That shit was like watching your light flash in front of your eyes. You know, it was like spiritual, you know, because, you know, like my most prized possession is like, sometimes I think, you know, if the studio burns on fire, like I grabbed the hard drives and the footage because we filmed a lot. And it's like, you know, P was like a prophet. And we knew that when he was here too. We used to call him science. Like he was so ahead on so many things. And then when we go back and listen to these records and like look at the footage, it's just like, it reaffirms it. Like we knew when he was here, but now when you look at it and you hear it, you realize his value and like what's missing. You know what I'm saying? Like the void of P, the way he thought, his spirit, his mentality. That's what made Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like going back and us all getting back together. To me, on a personal, on a spiritual level, it means everything because nobody would know me if it wasn't for
100%, man.
So, that's everything for me.
100%. You guys getting together and crafting this, like, hey, we got some vocals here. Maybe they don't fit on the beat they were cut. Like, can you kind of walk me through what that's like? Because you always hear like when you have to put together an album when someone's not there.
Right.
It's very much like it's got to be a cohesive process between y'all, but it also has to be like y'all got to make sure it feels good. Like, what was it? What you guys are getting verses from different places, different hard drives coming together. Are the song ideas? Are you pretty much taking what P's talking about and rolling with that? Like, I think of a record like Taj Mahal. Like, that's like a storytelling record, right?
Yeah, I mean, Al was in possession of that. He had that. But as I was watching Al, fuck around with Prodigy's vocals, he made this shit look so easy. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I saw him doing surgery. You know what I mean? So I was coming with what I was doing, you know what I'm saying, with some of P's vocals. But watching Al, like, the surgery that he was doing, it was like, it's magic.
Nah, for sure. For you, like, I'm sure, Al, you probably have insane amount, because you were really, like, I feel like when it came to you and P, that was like...
We had a lot.
You had a lot, man.
Yeah, still do. But, I mean, endless amounts of stuff. And, when it came time to make the record, I mean, we decided we were going to make a new Mobb Deep record, and we all came together. And it was like, when it was time to make records, obviously what P has laid down is what we had to work with. So he was really the leader of this album, the more I think about it. Because it was like, we had to sit and listen to what he was talking about.
Which would make sense, honestly, if you really
then we would sit and have, this dude is a wizard with it. So it was like in 2 seconds, we would sit with it and be like, all right. And he would compliment it. Or it was some records that they already had recorded. So I think it's a mixture of stuff, but I feel like everything has never been released and it feels so fresh.
It feels cohesive too, which is really hard to do.
I mean, we've rocked on so many campaigns that it was like, and every time I knew my role was to accent. You know what I mean? Because Hav is the sound of Mobb Deep. Like,
100%.
I used to sit and listen to him making beats in the studio and just be mind blown. Like, I learned a lot of drum patterns and like we would super inspire each other. You know what I mean? So it was like my role every time, even from the Chris Lighty days, rest in peace. He used to be like, Hav's doing the record, bring in Al, a couple joints. Maybe we get 1 or 2 more beats from someone else. But that was really the formula. So when it came time to do this, we stuck to the formula. Like, Hav, you making the bones, the meat and potatoes. I'll bring a couple spices, and then our minds together working on the record was what I think made it cohesive.
Hey, we got to stop the interview to tell you about our good folks, Odd Socks, man. Now, these are the Odd Socks basics, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when I tell you this is a product that every single day I'm alive for the last 5-6 years, I have used are these Odd Socks basics. Now, what Odd Socks is doing is they're kind of reinventing the sock game, if we're being honest, and the underwear game. A lot of times you'll hit Walmart, you'll hit Target, you'll get some socks, you'll get some draws. They're affordable. They end up with holes in them. They don't really feel great. Not Odd Socks, ladies and gentlemen. These Odd Socks basics are the most comfortable socks I've ever had on my feet. Not only that, but they're super affordable. $14.99 for a 6-pack. That's it. Oddsocks.com. And if you don't believe me,
Sock check, fool.
sock check, fool. Wait, the X is on the other side. There we go. Ah! You see that? Sorry, you had to see those white legs. But it's so dope that, I get to push a product that I use and that I love. So Odd Socks, they got the 6-pack of socks for $14.99 at oddsocks.com. The basics. This is the future of socks, the future of underwear, comfort and affordability. I'm talking about affordability without jeopardizing the quality, because they are the most comfortable socks you'll ever put on your feet, ladies and gents. And the et ceteras. Got to show love to the et ceteras. We like all the stripes on the flag. They're oddsocks.com, man. Much love to my brothers over there. Make sure you get some right now, oddsocks.com. Let's get back to the interview. For you, I'm curious, man. You've seen this guy since he was a nobody, and now he's one of the most prolific hip-hop producers of all time. I just had this conversation. I think he's. This is just my personal opinion.
Right.
My personal. I don't even think it's an argument that he's a top 5 producer of all time at this point.
Right.
I feel like we're in the middle of one of the most legendary runs we've ever seen a producer be on.
Right.
2025 alone, put it in the rafters.
Right.
But what is it like seeing this guy just turn into the Alchemist?
Okay, so I called Alchemist a couple of days ago. I spoke to him on the phone, and I'm like, yo, do you realize like what you doing? Like, do you feel it? Because sometimes when you're doing something, you don't really, you in it.
You're living in it.
You live in it. So you don't, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? He acknowledges that, but I acknowledge it as well. But to see it to go from a guy that I just met living in Soho with a drum machine in his crib, just banging out these dope ass beats, to now being at the forefront of a lot of dope projects that's coming out, and then his name just being like Alchemist. Like he's like the go-to guy. Like people that he probably don't even speak to is like leaving breadcrumb trails. Like, I want to work with Alchemist.
I'd love to.
Like,
Yeah, 100%.
To see that is like, it's just like, it was like me watching Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? Like transform from Juvenile Hell to the Infamous album. You know what I'm saying? It's like watching, Al from, late 90s to now. Is like, if I wasn't close to it, I wouldn't even fucking believe it. I'd be like, oh shit. But I seen him work. So, you know what I mean?
You know what I appreciate too, Al, is like right now, like I feel like you could track your entire career and like sonically, obviously there's Alchemist like signature shit, but I feel like sonically you continue to just evolve. Like I feel like First Infantry don't sound like anything that's come out this year production wise. Like
it's like a crazy journey with music. Have knows this. Like you're always kind of trying to like, we do this for ourselves first. I'll say, like, I know I could have us say the same thing. Like we love it, like if I make a good beat and I'm excited, I might just text it to him or send him a clip of it while I'm making it. Like, we do this because we love it, and I think that's the thing that always been for me. Like I need to stimulate myself first, right? So as you're creating over the years, certain things you move on. And I could even recognize that it was a style at a certain time that might have peaked, so to speak. But it's like, as artists, we always find different things that's going to inspire us.
Right.
So I'm always trying to like add another tool on my belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm paying attention to more sonics now, or I'm adding this or that, or whatever it is that makes you continue the journey of what we're doing. And I feel like, I know personally, like I could hook up a beat better than I could in the late 90s. Are the beats I'm doing now better or worse is for everyone else to decide, but I know confidently I'm going in a path where I'm still having fun with it, and I feel like I could get better still, because this, you want to, I feel like doing this forever and then dying is better than going like this.
And then falling flat.
Yeah, I think we could just keep rising forever. I might be out of my mind, but that's just where I'm at with it. So, it's a blessing, and, first of all, like, for him to say those good things about me, that means everything to me. Or like Premiere, or the people I looked up to.
You're about to go on tour with Premiere.
Shout out to Primo.
You're about to go. You're on like this guy's fucking on 17 tours right now.
But just to get the love from the people who you respect, it means everything. And like I said, I owe so much to Have and the Mobb. So now that in the midst of all of this, what better could I do than to take all the light and be like, Mobb Deep, the best rap group of all time. This is why y'all know me, and really like stamp the world with the project we got right now for us, for the legacy, for P, and for the world, really.
Have you dibbled and dabbled in like collab projects with other artists?
Yeah.
I'm curious, like, I would love to see like you go on a run where you're just locking in full albums with just, I feel like kind of, get the Al sauce a little and just go crazy, go do the vinyl shit. Like, because like for people who don't know, like outside of what you've done for Mobb Deep, like you did Jadakiss's Why. I mean, you did so many fucking classic records. Shit on the Games album. I mean, Kanye, like. Yeah. But are you like it? Like, do you feel like that's something that you would want to do?
Absolutely. You know what I mean? That, as a producer, that you would love to lock in with different artists. Watching Al, just take it to the next level. of course, is one of those things you're like, oh shit, like let me lock in with a few artists or whatever it is. But I'm so much of a beat hoarder that you know what I'm saying. I gotta, you know what I mean. So, I gotta snap out of it, like you know what I'm saying, to be like, okay,
let the things go, man.
Yeah,
Sure.
you know, because they my babies, but you know, it's time to let them grow some wings.
100%. You mentioned Juvenile Hell a little bit earlier. I think a lot of people always maybe associate the Infamous as your first album, but it was Juvenile Hell.
Yeah.
Can you kind of walk me through what it was like putting out that first album? It's obviously an underappreciated album, the crazy iconic album cover, and then kind of transitioning from that to, in my opinion, one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. You know, and the growth that was about a 2-year process, right?
Mm-hmm.
The growth between those two albums is insane.
Yeah, because you got to grow up fast when you fucking with this industry. You know what I mean? It's like boom, we made the Juvenile Hell. We was young. I wasn't fully into my production bag, but you know, I tried on a couple of tracks. You know, stomp them out, hold down the fort, hit it from the back. It's like
fire.
That is the like, you know, intro to the Mobb Deep Infamous album, if you will. You know what I'm saying? That's like insight into it, like what will be to come, like right. Nervous a little bit, whatever. Get to Loud Records, Steve Rifkin. He said, "Yo, do whatever the fuck you want to do." Now that's even more nervous, like you know what I mean?
Because now it's
like,
really no direction. Like, all right, now it's us.
the man for that, though.
Right. For sure.
What more could you want?
Rifkin, right?
What more of a
could you
company
want?
saying, "Do whatever you want"?
He's like,
Rifkin
"Oh,
was a
we
genius.
trust you."
Right.
Rifkin was a
It's
genius.
like, oh,
Is a genius.
you begging to do another fucking album, right? Okay, do what you want. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
what we want to hear.
yeah, it's like okay, now it's like you get what you want, and it's like, what the fuck do you do? What do you do? And what do you do is you kind of like tune out. You tune out. You make the album, but you definitely do have other material out there that set the bar, and that would be Illmatic. So it's like, and then Wu-Tang Clan. So you looking at that
36
shit.
Chambers, Illmatic,
Right.
Yeah.
What a climate.
What a climate to
Oh
be
my
in. Yeah.
God.
And that's even scarier. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just keeps getting scarier about a minute. You know what I mean? But hey, when you're young, you have that invincible gene. And you just and you're gonna do it.
What were the bones that were kind of set? Like the first couple of joints that you guys worked on for Infamous, where you were like, okay, this is kind of what we're on right now. Like,
I would have to say Shook Ones and Trife Life.
fire. So those like Shook Ones was early in the recording process.
It was probably was like one of the first songs we did.
What
for the
about A
album.
Black Patty Shop?
Oh yeah.
Was that the demo?
That was just a demo. That was
It's
just
on
a
the
demo.
net. You ever heard that
Yeah,
one?
yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
That's
a
when you
demo.
could really hear what was about to happen.
Right.
Like I feel when you hear that, it's like, oh,
That was the era of the filter.
So you guys get that you guys figure that out, and you're like, okay. Because I feel like, you know, a song like Shook Ones is obviously your. I mean, it's one of the most iconic songs ever. And then when we think about like, I don't know if anyone's rapped over another. Like when it comes to people who like freestyle over records, it's probably Shook Ones and Who Shot You. Like,
Right.
In terms of, you know, the go-to like throw on a beat, let's rap. But that beat, man, is so sinister. It's so like, did you have any idea? Like when you first cooked that up and you play it for P, what's his reaction? Because that is one of those. That's
Well, you know, there's the story out there where they like, oh, we had to stop him from erasing the track because I probably would have just turned it off. Nobody was there. They came upstairs and they was like, "What's this?" I was like, "Oh, you know, some track I made. I'm about to, you know, reset because, you know,
because you weren't fucking with it.
Yeah.
You didn't love it while you
know,
were making it. Yeah.
because you know the confidence level wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you know, but that was a time when the crew came around and said, "Oh, yo, this is dope." When a crew was element to your tracks, but unseen, right? Because they're there, they drinking 40s, and you're around. That vibe is there. But you know, it was dope. Like they came in the room, Prodigy came, like, nah, keep that track, and just made that.
When
shit.
the beat's on and he's in the booth, is the first thing because I'm sure he's fucking around, is the first thing he says is to all the killers on the $100 bills? Is that like the first?
Right, like the ad-libs.
The
like,
ad-libs.
Yeah, and he didn't plan it. He didn't write it down. I'm sure it just popped in his head right then and there. You know, like, and that's who P was. Like, you know what I mean? Just coming up with just, you know, ad-libs just out of this world.
For you, man, did you guys understand like how big of a deal it was? because we talk about climate, right? And at that time, Purple Tape, Illmatic, Wu-Tang. But I feel like Eye for an Eye is like one of those records that is like just such a timepiece to an era. And it kind of is like, you could go back and there was a lot of posse cuts back then. But some of them were like hit and miss. Like to me, this was like a record where you got like 4 of the greatest of all time, like at their peak and like delivering at their peak. It's kind of like, the 72-10 Chicago Bulls season. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like who got on the record first? Was it Ray? Was it Nas? Like,
it was Prodigy.
Well, obviously, yeah.
Because he set it off with the chorus. You know what I mean? He already did the chorus before Ray and Nas even got to the studio. So I think they was familiar with the chorus and everything like that. And they came in, and I could tell by the way they was looking and by the way they was repeating the chorus that this shit must be fire.
So they came into the studio together?
Ray and Nas, yeah.
Wow.
They came in there.
What's that night like?
At the time, it's like you can't really believe you got Nas in the fucking studio. You know what I mean? And then, let alone Raekwon from like,
at the time, like you said, you guys are coming off of Juvenile Hell. The Infamous isn't made yet. The fact you guys got those guys there, that's a big deal for you.
That's how powerful Shook Ones was.
Right.
Right? That's how powerful that song was. Like,
so the record was out while you were finishing the album.
Yes.
So that record was heating up the streets. Yeah.
Because it came out in 94. So Shook Ones made them go, oh shit.
Let's go see what Hav got over there. Let's go see what else you got.
You know what I'm saying? So I got lucky, you know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Because those guys don't fucking rap with just anybody. You know what I mean? Even if you're from their neighborhood, it don't matter. Like, they're not going to do a song with you. So the fact that they did, you know what I mean, just was the testament.
I think my favorite beat on the album is Give Up the Goods. Those drums are fucking crazy.
Q-Tip, right? Q-Tip on, yeah. He's a fucking drum master.
Jesus, man.
I learned from him.
Yeah.
That fucked all of us up back then.
Shout out to
just trying to figure out how he was programming those drums. Even the programming on One Love.
I think there was a
DMX
freestyle or something over Give Up the Goods. Am I tripping?
I
think there was something with DMX over because that's when I first heard the beat and I went back when I was like, you understand? I was born in '87, so this
87.
Yeah.
Wow,
young man. He's a young man.
I'm a young man. We age like milk, us whites. So.
Yeah, wow.
Might be the best snare. That snare might be the best snare of all time.
Oh my god!
Or the burn is also burn snare is a great snare too.
Oh my god!
So we're working with good snares over here. It's always a good thing. You start with a good snare, it's a good day.
You already know, man. Want to give a shout out to Slap Woods for presenting the podcast. Only papers I smoke, man. Only leafs that we let fly around here on the Bootleg Kept podcast. We just did a crazy pool party with them too. That was insane out here in LA. So shout out to Slap Woods. When I tell you, man, quality, they smoke so good, and they're called Slap Woods because they slap. I know that's like their tagline, but it's also the truth. All right. So look, go follow them at Slap Woods. Make sure you hit their website, and if you're at your local smoke shop, if you're your local store and you need some papers, get you some Slapwoods. I think pretty soon we are going to do this pretty soon. I want to do a giveaway with some Slapwood stuff. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be announcing it on the podcast. We're going to be sending out, obviously you got to be of age, sending out a good box of these goodies. Ooh, the sweet banana cigar wraps are fire. Slapwoods, man. Make sure you go show them some love. Slapwoods.com. Follow them on Instagram. At Slapwoods. Let's get back to the podcast. Do you feel like Infamous comes out? I mean, did you guys immediately feel like cemented? Like, or was that something that came with time? Like, because I feel like even when we think about Illmatic, like Illmatic, as big as it was like kind of underground. Like it wasn't like the biggest commercial success at the time. Like I think it just went platinum, which is crazy. Like recently.
But to us back then, I didn't realize that. Now, when you look back, you realize, it wasn't a super commercial smash.
But for y'all, like, and by the way, shout out to Riff Kid because like Loud just had the craziest roster of rappers of all time.
I think so.
It was all dope shit.
Yeah.
But like you guys make the Infamous. It's a classic. 4.5 mics in the source.
4.5 mics.
Should have been 5. Should have been 5.
4.5.
But there were some amazing albums that got 4.5. Is the pressure on for Hell on Earth?
Hell fucking yeah. The pressure was super on. It was on because I was like, I'm definitely not making nothing good as to fucking.
Yeah, like how do we follow this shit up a year later?
I said, fuck it, just make it more grimier. You know what I'm saying? Just get more darker, more grimier because you definitely.
It definitely was a darker and grimier album for sure.
Those beats on Hell on Earth, you go back to them right now, are like insane.
G.O.D.
Like vultures. Give it up fast.
Yeah.
You were on, I don't know what you were on at that time.
It's like, fuck it, just go darker.
I always wondered, because I had talked to Steve about this. He said that, because he was tight with Tupac. He said Tupac came up to him at some party in LA and smacked him in the back of the head. And he's like, yo, are we good? And he was like, yeah, it's good. The little kids from Queens, it's all good. It's some rap shit. What y'all did, obviously, I think Drop a Gem on Him is one of the more slept on records, not even in terms of like it being like a quote unquote like a part of a beef history, but just as a joint, like track number 2. That's a strong track number 2. Were you guys at all, because back then I feel like in the 90s we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have any of this shit. Were you like, was anybody hesitant about the Tupac line being on the album, or were you guys like, fuck it, let it fly?
No. I mean, look, man, we from Queensbridge. We ain't give a fuck. We ain't care. We was just like, we here for the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But we was ready for it. We was ready for war because he came at us. You know what I mean? He came at us. So we was like, know what I mean? This hip hop.
It's hip hop for sure. Yeah, it's kind of crazy too, because if you think back like that era, I always think, what would it be like if we had the Tupac East Coast beef in 2025 with Instagram? Like,
crazy.
It probably wouldn't be that many records getting made. It would be like, it's like I just saw, a couple artists like going back and forth on Twitter, and it was just like, Jesus, like, can't y'all make some fucking joints?
Right.
This album, man, Infinite, for you, what was, what was a record that I want each you guys to answer this, but just a record that each of you felt the best in terms of like, this is, because I know some, like you guys had to put some stuff together. Were there a lot of joints that you guys had already started working on before he passed, or?
I don't remember working on any joints before he passed, but
like, which joint when you finished it, were you like, yeah, this feels good,
man?
And it's a whole album of those, by the way.
Man, I'm like Taj Mahal. I ain't gonna lie.
I was gonna say Taj Mahal.
When he sent me that, he sounded excited. You know what I mean? He was like, yo. Yeah.
And it's a timepiece? Because I don't think the Taj Mahal exists anymore, right? Didn't they knock that motherfucker down? Or might be?
Yeah, it's probably.
But yeah, no, I agree. The Taj Mahal record is crazy.
So, yeah, when he sent me that, and he sent it, he was like, yo, drop a verse to this shit. Like, I kind of was stuck, like, but I knew that I had to really rise to the occasion. You know what I mean? It's like, the fuck, this is what we do. And I finished it. He added the finishing touches into it. So when I listened to it, and I was like, damn, this is crazy. Like, like I could listen to it 100 times straight, to be honest with you.
It's my favorite song on the album.
Like when I leave here, I'm going to the car and I'm really literally just 100 times straight.
What about you?
And for me, it was Against the World. That one really hit me, like, because we made that late. He made that late in the making of the record. He sent it to me, and it blew my mind, like, because it just gave me that feeling. I definitely got emotional when I heard it. Just what he's talking about and his spirit, you know what I mean? It was in it, like, damn, it reminded me of the tours we used to do, and it was just like, wow. I wanted to close the album out with that. That was my idea. It was like, if we could hold this Ace in the Hole and make it the last song, but it was so good, I felt like that feeling was the first thing people needed to hear, in my opinion, because it just like, it gave you that feeling of like health, wealth, happiness. Remember the joint we had?
Yep.
It's that feeling. Like, P had a lot of different bags he went into, but this was like the one that made all of us feel like we were down with the illest crew in the world. Everybody, the whole crew. That's what Mobb Deep always did. Made us feel like we're affiliated with the best shit. P used to always like say like our throwaways are better than people's, shit they worked the hardest. He was like super confident, and that record, it hit me where I was like, wow, that beat was just like perfect. It was like, wow.
I always wonder for you, Al, because I think of like Return of the Mac and Albert Einstein as like two real high points in Prodigy's career as an MC. Because I feel like, I want to say, didn't Albert Einstein come out the same day as Yeezus, Mac Miller, and J. Cole?
You would have a better memory for that.
So Yeezus, Mac Miller watched a movie with the sound off, and Born Sinner by J. Cole and Albert Einstein came out on the same day. I bought all four of them off.
History right there.
Crazy day. But for you, man, like those are, I feel like in terms of like his solo shit, obviously HNIC's amazing. Shit, HNIC's a classic too.
Yes.
But like those are two very underrated projects. Like which one of those two projects do you like revisit the most?
Which one
between Albert Einstein and Return of the Mac?
I mean, Return of the Mac was the first time that somebody really like. We were like, at that point, it was about 90%. Like, me and P were hanging around. He was coming by the crib a lot. And at that point, when I say 90%, like 90% of the beats, if I was like, I got an idea or I got a beat, he was like, yeah. And 10% of the time, he might be like, I don't know, let's find something else.
Yeah.
And then when we started working on that, he kind of like that was the first time somebody kind of just trusted me to put together. I feel like that was the first record that started the run I'm on now. And some might say Covert Coup Currency because it was around the same time. But
that Currency.
Return of the Mac was the one that I feel like allowed me to like put a record together. When he came with the concept, and I was like, all right, we're gonna do more blaxploitation.
Covert Coup had Scottie Pippen on it.
Yeah. Yep. That was the first time me and Freddie. But yeah, I mean, and of course Albert Einstein was a blessing. I just feel lucky to be able to have made these records with P, with Mobb Deep, like. Again, this is anybody who messes with me. Like, you know, nowadays I have fans who may know me from Earl, and it's crazy because once they start digging, once they find like the Mobb, that's the root of the tree. You know what I mean?
When you heard Keep It Thorough, were you jealous that you didn't make that beat?
Of course.
That's one of the...
Of course.
I'm not going to lie. That's my favorite Al beat ever. That beat is fucking ridiculous.
I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? Like, how is he making such good beats? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the shit was fire. I remember going to the video shoot. You understand what I'm saying? And meeting Ice-T coming around and all of this crazy stuff.
I went with you. Me and you pulled up. We saw Ice-T at the gas at the car wash.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
Yes.
And Ice-T pulled up. It was crazy. It was such a beautiful fucking time.
Yeah.
And to the beat, to answer your question, fuck
Oh
yeah,
my
I was
God.
jealous of that beat.
That
Hell
beat is
fucking
crazy.
That shit is fire.
I can say that about every goddamn beat
That
this
shit is
motherfucker
fire,
makes. You know,
yo.
but I think Burn is one that I was always very
Burn.
jealous. Because, you know, that was made from nothing. You know, that's why I say he's the master of making something out of nothing.
When you say that, for people who don't know, what do you mean by it was made from
He made
nothing?
it out of thin air. There was no that
sample,
guitar is him on the pads going ding, 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 ding. Like, and then the bass line, and like that might be obviously one of the greatest beats, but one of the greatest mixes too. Like everything is there.
By the way, such an amazing,
bottom.
like Infamy is such a great fucking project,
nice
dude.
mix. That was a real good mix.
Because it had some real good commercial shit on there. The 112 record was dope.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
It was a good.
Boom, boom, boom.
I
Boom,
loved
boom, boom.
that
Remember that one?
album. I loved it.
Oh, man.
I really did love that album.
Want to give a shout out to our family at Rokin, man. Rokin, listen, I love these vapes. Rokin Cannabis, make sure you go shoot them a follow. I was in Austin, Texas, and you know, I was off the Rokin in Texas, even though I'm not sure legally I was supposed to be off the Rokin in Texas. But look, you got to go follow them right now. Go to rokincannabis.com. Shoot them a follow on social media. You'll see it down below. They got the solventless rosin, pure. It will melt you in a good way, by the way. All right. So make sure you go shoot them a follow, man. And you know, we only rock with the premium, the best. And when I tell you, Rokin is the best, they've been doing this for so long. And man, the rosin, the solventless rosin, man, it hits. All right. So they got the disposables, they got the carts. Let's just open one of these up just so y'all can see. These carts are beautiful. All right, we got it open. He fast forwarded. All right. So this is the cart. And then obviously you got your disposable right here. Both of these incredible. Follow them and check them out, rokincannabis.com. Do you feel like the Jay-Z thing like lit y'all's like asses on fire a little bit in terms of like it's a thing. We got to really like you know, I feel like competition, like, like, you know, steel sharpens steel. So I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Infamy was probably the first album that came out after Blueprint dropped and all the Summer Jam shit.
Yeah.
Did y'all feel like, I can only assume the flame was lit in terms of like, yo, we gotta show up and.
Now we definitely got to show up, but I just was sticking to the script. Like I wasn't letting that JC shit get in my head.
Right.
You know, for me, I didn't let it get in my head. I just was like, I knew the mission, you know what I mean? So I just kind of stayed focused a bit, you know, because if I would have let it get to me, I think I would have stumbled and, you know, fumbled. But I think that was a solid project. The Infamy album, you know, we got some Isley Brothers shit on there, you know what I mean?
That was crazy.
You know, Scott Storch just coming in the fucking studio. Just
I thought it was like a
making
great
beat.
mixture of like you guys like going a little commercial with some of the radio records, but also not deviating from the sound.
Yeah, we couldn't really deviate because, you know, our fans would have killed us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we couldn't really travel too far.
Facts.
And then we came back with America's Nightmare. Don't forget.
right.
Speaking of some
And
of the
that's
best
right.
beats ever.
I felt like we were really
On the
in our
Infamy,
bag on that one. Like it
Yeah.
connected. America's
Yeah.
Nightmare was like, okay.
That's when we had what? Got It Twisted?
Yep. We
Got
had
It
Win or
Twisted.
Lose.
Yeah, Win or Lose and Got It
Had the
fucking
joint with Jada.
Twisted. Yeah.
We had bangers on there, man.
What was the
remember
Kanye
that.
one on there? The throw your hands.
Yeah.
Throw your hands.
Yeah, what was
Yeah,
it? Yeah.
slept on.
We had, that was a great record. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah. Al, was that like for you, like at that point, that had been the most production you had handled on a
I think
Mobb
it might
Deep
have
album?
been. I do remember I was
on
trying,
official Mobb Deep album?
I was trying to stash Win or Lose. I remember that. I had it because I got them on it separately and they were finishing the record. That was a record we did at my crib because we do a lot of stuff, but I had that one and they forgot about it. So I was like, okay, perfect. I'm gonna put Jada Kiss and Styles P on this.
Right,
And then,
right.
and then having P came to my crib right around the end of the album. P was like,
right.
what's that joint we got in the computer again? I was like, oh yeah.
I got it.
I couldn't stash it, but I tried. But
Win or
yeah, that
Lose
was Win or
is
Lose.
fire.
Win or Lose is
Still one of my
fucking
favorites I
crazy.
made.
That
with
shit
them
is
all.
fire. And that's when, in my mind, and to me at least, and I'm sure in P's mind, that's when I was becoming like our go-to guy. Like
Well-
we trusted him with singles.
When you hear that was on there too.
Yeah.
Well, and like Got It, I feel like Got It Twisted like was a pretty big record too. Like I remember hearing that shit on the radio in Phoenix and shit.
Yeah,
Like
we
that
shot
was.
it in LA.
Yeah.
The video.
It was like I was inspired by Quiet
Who's on the
Storm.
remix? Twisted? Wasn't there Twister
Yeah,
remix?
yeah, because you know the Twisted.
Got It Twisted, Twister, yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I was inspired by Quiet Storm with that beat because I remember the day we made it. They were both at the crib. And we were
Crazy.
going, science! We kept, because that was P's nigga. He goes, why you keep saying that? I'm like, you don't remember that old record?
God,
like, what's
America's
that?
Nightmare was crazy.
We went and got the record and I tried to chop it up, but the rhythm of it was like a weird bounce.
Yeah,
so
you
that's when we
switched
had
the
the
bounce
Triton.
on it. Right.
Remember the
Yeah,
Triton,
yeah,
the
yeah,
Trinity?
yeah.
So I had a rack mount Trinity and I just waited, like I demoed it out
Right,
and did the drum simple.
Right,
We
right.
laid the song. I remember Havoc was like, I like it, but we may have to like finesse the drums, like do more to the drums.
Yeah, yeah.
And the next day he called me and was like, nah, it's good. Fuck it, leave it just like that.
Leave that shit. Leave it.
You know what's crazy? You know what
Rock
song I didn't mind was the Little John record. Wasn't bad on. I wasn't
Gangsters,
mad
really.
at the Little
I felt like we
John
was.
record.
I felt like we was reaching.
Y'all was reaching, but as a kid, I didn't.
It was still hard.
It was hard, bro.
Little John laced
right,
him. Yeah.
right.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Little John, man.
Yo, yeah, little. You know what's crazy is like when you go. I just was a little with Little John in Arizona, and I was like, dog, this motherfucker has a record on one of his albums called The Grand Finale, and it's got like Ice Cube, Nas,
Wow.
it's crazy. Like, shout out to Little John. What an era.
Nah,
legend.
dope producer too.
Legend.
So you guys kind of get into this free agency era where you guys drop free agents, and I think that was that on which one of the random indies at that time did that
Land
come out?
Speed.
Land Speed.
Land Speed.
I was gonna say Koch, but Land Speed sounds about right.
Cots had some of the little. They had their fingerprints on it.
That was right before America's Nightmare. That was in between
Right.
for me and America's Nightmare. We was free agents for a minute and was just
Yeah.
That was
enjoying the free agency.
that was before Blood Money.
That was
That was
before Blood
before
Money.
Blood Money,
Yeah,
right?
it was
Because
definitely.
remember
Blood
we
Money.
had the meetings and they wanted to use backwards because it was already out. So I think it was before the Jive album. Because remember we had that
it
meeting,
was? Oh, it was before the
before-
Jive
Free Agents
album.
was before the
yes,
Jive
it was.
album.
So it was before-
You're right. You're right.
and then we did the deal with Jive after. Because I've been looking at the
Right.
footage lately.
Yes, no, you're right.
Yeah, then, but because we were free agents and
Yeah,
that some
you're
of the
right.
music on that tape
You're right.
we gave
That was
them.
crazy.
Insane.
That tape
crazy.
was
Speaking of one of the dopest beats y'all ever, I think Put Them in Their Places, very under. It's such a crazy beat.
Yeah.
That shit was insane. When you guys, was there ever any like, cause you know, you guys are come over to G Unit, and I remember like the campaign of like Mobb Deep and MOP joining. It was almost like when Katie went to the Warriors, you know what I'm saying? Like, but what was like what was the initial combos with 50, and was there ever any reservation about making that move? Cause at the time, the G Unit shit's the hottest shit on the planet, but y'all are still fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
right. Nah, it wasn't no reservation for me. I was like, cause I fuck with 50, and before that even happened, I had did some solo records with 50, you know, Bump That and
yeah, you have a lot of production with 50.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. I had some work with him, so I didn't have no reservations when 50 gave the call, you know, to want to fuck with us and have us go to G Unit. I was all for it.
Yeah, do you feel like because at that's a kind of like an interesting G Unit era,
right? It was
because it's kind of like the game thing had already kind of fallen out.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like all the momentum was I got Mobb Deep, I got MOP,
right?
50 movie drops.
Right.
What was it like kind of being around that era of G? Because G Unit, man, I don't think people understand. Like, dog, motherfuckers was playing video games on Xbox, wearing shoes. Like, Mark Echo had a whole G Unit clothing that had people were wearing that shit. Like, but you guys come in and I think, I mean, I love the album that y'all dropped. I thought that album was dope, man. I thought Blood Money was super dope. That Pearly Gates record was fucking crazy with 50.
It was
super crazy record. But what was that like? Because I can only assume like going into that situation, probably. I mean, the buzz was insane. The eyes on you guys are insane. Working on that album, what was that process like, and how did y'all feel like just kind of in that space?
Working on the album was fun. 50 would send us mad records. We'll do the records. It was a little different than how we did records before. You know what I mean? Like with me kind of like producing most of the records.
Because I think you only had one beat on there, huh?
I forgot. It was the one with...
Oh, yeah. With the
50. Yeah.
The Wild Style joint.
That Wild shit Style. Was like... I think that was like one of the best records on the album.
For sure.
Like, I really like that.
I remember that like right before he had hit up the mall, we were kind of in between figuring it out. Like we always sit up and go, what's the next move? We were kind of at one of those phases. And it was like a week or two of time where they got the call. And it was so crazy around that same time, I got the call from Paul to be M's DJ. Mm-hmm. And I swear it was like a month time.
Almost like perfect alignment.
In a month time from that, sitting there, we were on tour. And I would only see them every now and then because I'm with M and they were 50. And we were like, crazy. That era was insane. Like the type of hotels we were staying in and the whole crew. 50 had like 75 people on tour with him, like just the crew.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
It was just a trip because it happened so fast, and we didn't see that coming. And it was like we still family, but now I'm seeing them just for a minute. Like yo, I'll see you later.
Shit.
Yeah, because they got to go to the stage. Or
so much excitement too, because like I remember in my head thinking like, yo, MOP and Mobb Deep, what the fuck?
Those shows were nuts too, man. That show was crazy.
Holy shit!
30,000 people.
Did you ever talk about doing a fucking collab project?
MOP and Mobb Deep?
Yes.
I don't know.
That would have been fucking nuts.
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess but the collab projects weren't really a thing like that back then.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't, but we should have. You know what I mean?
Word.
Like, word.
That'd have been fucking crazy.
MOP is like one of my favorite groups.
I wonder. Mine too. I wonder. I always see the Clipse giving it up to you as the best hip hop duo of all time.
Yeah.
They're on the new album.
They are.
And they're on this crazy run. And obviously, I think, Pusha and the Clipse are in rare form and rare air when we talk about just hip hop history. But I'm just curious for you, man, like how dope is it to get them on a project with P? And at the same time, like, I'm just curious as somebody who's a part of one of the greatest hip hop duos of all time, what are your thoughts just on what's going on with the Clipse right now, this run they're on?
This is the type of shit that I love to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always rooting for, you know what I'm saying, my colleagues, you know what I mean, so to speak, whatever. Like, the Clipse, I'm a fan of the Clipse, you know what I'm saying, when they first came out up until now. Super fan, never even looked at them as, like, competition, but just as somebody that complemented the hip-hop game. You understand what I'm saying? So, to see them getting the flowers that they getting right now, and the run, this legendary run that they on, because hip hop is in a weird space right now.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So for them to come and bless us with that album, it's like a gift. So it's really dope to see. And I didn't even know they was coming with a fucking album by the time we had the feature from them. So they didn't tell me.
Really?
That. They didn't tell me that. They just was like, I asked them to get on it, and before they said yes, they sent me back the verses. You understand what I'm saying? So
you had sent that before
before
God
the
Sort
album,
Him Out drop.
I didn't even know they was coming with a fucking album.
That's so dope.
I didn't know they was coming with
I feel like a lot of people are tapping with the Clipse right now, and I'm like, well, of course you would, because they got the hottest album of the year. Like,
right. But I knew they was doing something special because Pusha had hit me. He said, "Yo, I need the real for God Part 3," and I was like, damn, like, what the fuck y'all about to do?
That's a crazy request. That's a wild request.
Yo, I'm telling you, he asked me for the real, and I was like, damn, I wish I could get my hands on it.
How about, did you still have that?
Sony is being, they hogging the real.
So did they want to do something over that?
That's what it sounded like. And I'm sure that they do have something in the chamber that got something to do with G.O.D. that didn't end up on the album, but they got a surprise attack for everybody.
Did you ask them, like, yo, did you ever end up?
I didn't dare ask them shit.
Damn, bro.
I just wanted to be surprised like everybody else. I didn't ask no questions. I just was looking for the real.
I am curious, man. I feel like, was Murda Music the 5 mic album? Am I tripping?
I don't even know if we ever got 5 mics at all.
I feel like, I don't know. I just remember every time I'd open the source, I remember when the Quiet Storm, remember they used to have the hip hop quotables? Mm-hmm. And I remember P's verse for Quiet Storm was one of the quotables. And that's how I memorized all of the lyrics, because I was able to read it out of the source. But I'm curious, that's obviously one of the most legendary remixes of all time. It's now become like Little Kim's become a meme because of the dance she does
right
before she does her verse for Quiet Storm.
Right.
I think that is up there for one of the greatest Prodigy verses of all time on that record. But when the remix happens, are y'all like are you in the studio with Kim when she cuts that? Like, talk to me about that.
Yeah. I remember walking into the studio and she was there with her pen and a pad. And I guess she must have been finished with the verse already. You know what I mean? And she laid the verse. I was on cloud fucking 9. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Man, iconic.
Yeah, I was on cloud 9 for sure.
It's like, as amazing as that song was, like the remix just put it into this like forever sphere where it always will be a thing.
Right. And you didn't even have to change the beat. You know what I mean?
Because back then, a lot of remixes had different beats. Yeah.
Right. And we just kept the beat and let her sing the chorus. And
are you a fly on the wall at this point? Obviously, you
that session, I wasn't there, but I remember coming back the day after and them like, yo, we put Kim on it. I knew the record, obviously, and it was like, oh, yeah, that took it to the platinum, That was that next thing we on tour with Limp Bizkit. We were doing 30,000 people in arenas opening for Limp Bizkit.
Oh, I wonder, you making Murda Music, you had 2 beats on Murda Music?
Yeah, that was my entry, basically.
I was about to say, that had to be like you graduating from high school, dog. Like, you made it.
Are you kidding me? I still can't believe it to this day. Like, you know what I mean? How it all happened, because everything happened from there. But I was so in the element, like because at first, when I was coming over there, like, I first linked up with Godfather, Nitty and Twin and Gotti. And then they were telling me, we got to bring you, to the Mobb, So they would bring me over to the studio, but like Hav would be there one day, or P would be there separately. And I had this one dat and kept playing them joints, and they both liked the same beat, which was the realest.
With Cool G Rap.
It was, and then I'll never forget when the day P called me, said, come to the studio with that beat. I knew what beat he was talking about. I showed up and Cool G Rap was sitting there.
Oh, so you got to watch Cool G Rap on your beat.
I witnessed that. And I didn't call, I always tell people, I didn't call my manager, I didn't call a lawyer, I didn't nothing. I packed up my ASR 10 and the thing was like as big of a couch, you know what I'm saying? And I packed it up and brought it in there, told the engineer, that beat, plug it up. And I just sat back and I watched history happen. And it was like, when you're doing it, you never know. I didn't know, because I was even insecure about the beat because it was just a loop.
Right.
It's not technically a fancy beat, but look how it stood the test of time. And it was like, I just feel like sometimes you got to get out of the way. you know, and I knew somehow to get out of the way of like the power of the gods of this music, to just get out of the way and let the shit happen. It's not about your beat. It's not about if you could hook a beat up better. And now I look back like, damn, look what that record did. Like that verse, when he went in the booth, we were all brain melted.
That's insane.
Yeah, he wrote it on the spot, and that's why he went first. It was crazy.
Shout out to Cool G Rap, man.
Shout out to Cool G Rap.
Oh, let me ask you a question, because I always was wondering this, because I wasn't there for the session either. When P and G Rap did the chorus, did they write it together?
They wrote it together.
Crazy.
They wrote it together. And I remember then you came and you have wrote like I think you had 3 or 4 verses. You was beating yourself up because he knew he had to bring it home.
I still want to do my verse over.
He had like half was in there.
Did you like
brought it home? What you mean? That was a classic.
Man.
Was that something that would be common for you, where you would like come in and hear a song and be like, fuck, I gotta hang with this?
That's all the time. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Because you're one of the
Most
greatest
of the time,
rappers of all time too, Havoc. You're a fucking legend. Like,
thank you. But when you fucking playing with Jordan and fucking Scottie Pippen, you know what I'm saying? Alchemist, you know what I'm saying? It's like, who the fuck am I? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you have to rise to the occasion because you know that you're part of a championship team.
yeah,
So, and that's all I do.
I feel like you're like fucking you're like LeBron, dog. You could coach and
I'm telling
hoop,
you
know what I'm saying?
I've witnessed it.
Man.
And to how fast he does it, the precision from doing something so long. Have you ever seen how he writes? You ever
No.
seen his handwriting? It'll even
like
make
a
more
doctor?
sense why he's so great. It's like,
Is it ridiculous?
It's in his,
Oh my god, you're one of those. How?
no, it's
only
amazing.
you can read it.
It's artwork.
Right.
But it flows like calligraphy. You look at that shit like, yo, he's just, and I've sat and watched him make a beat, pick the pen up, and just write it and lay the verse and the chorus so many times that it was just like, I learned how to make records, like having P do it like that. The precision of it, of like not overthinking it. Never seen him overthink the moment, and they did it.
Hey, we got to wrap up this interview. Another one presented by Hardin, baby. You already know what it is. Shout out to Hardin for presenting another episode of the Bootleg Kev podcast. Don't forget, when you're in Vegas, you getting that taxi, you getting that Uber, say, take me to Hardin, the #1 cannabis dispensary in the world. Premium selection of the craziest gas you could ever ask for. And then they break down what all the terps mean. It's incredible. Go to Hardin_Las Vegas, shoot them a follow. And when you're in Las Vegas, make sure you shoot them a visit. Hey, don't forget to go to bootlegkev.com. You know, we had to celebrate the 2-year anniversary of the most viral interview of all time. Throw the shirt up so you could see it. I turned it down. Shout out to that boy, Big Boogie, a big college in Jacksonville. And we just threw these on sale. Half off for the 500 episode tee. Bootlegkev.com. Go get you a shirt. Let's get back to the interview.
But here's the thing. Being around like somebody like Al, a new talent, right? You just come around and he comes out of nowhere. I'm a student for life. So, you know what I mean? I always, whenever Al's doing something, you can ask him. I'm asking him a million fucking questions. Like, how'd you do this?
Did you have any idea when you guys first met him that he used to rap? Or that he was a rapper?
No, hell no. I didn't know that. No, I
Did
did not
you
know
keep
that.
that tucked?
Trojan
He
horse.
kept that tucked. Yeah, he kept that tucked.
Yeah.
What's the hooligans?
Yeah.
Right.
That wasn't the agenda. I was on a
Hooligan.
beat
I just
mission.
didn't know if you like. And then at what point in time you guys? Wait, you and the Con, bro?
I'm like,
James Con's son, and you had a rap group?
Me and Twin started doing
Crazy.
songs. Me and Twin started rapping. We became cool and then started rapping. But I'm around, you know, like, you know what type of juice I was around?
You
Like,
got, they
I'm
were
with Mobb
the
Deep. I couldn't help
California Jewish version of Mobb Deep.
yo. And they was
the
killing
Juvenile
it.
Hell version of Santa Monica.
They was
That's
killing it, right?
Yes,
That-
for
that-
sure.
They was the
Funny.
poetical prophets of of
Yeah.
the West Coast.
Oh my God.
That shit's funny.
The
man.
90s, early 90s.
The early fucking 90s.
Crazy. What made you start making beats?
I always wanted to. The minute we got
Really?
the deal,
Really?
I got the ASR. Shout out to DJ Lethal. He took me to Guitar Center. I bought a. Cause I wanted to make. I wanted the SP12 though, because Muggs and everybody. Shout out to Muggs. You know they all use that.
Right.
He was like, get this keyboard thing. It's like it's different. And I thought it was like
Wow.
I thought it was a piano. I'm like, I don't play keys. He said, nah, it's a sampler. And you were with EPS first, right?
Yes, EPS Plus.
Basically the same mechanics for the
Right.
ASR is like a new version of the EPS. So
Right.
we
For
basically
some
started on the same.
Producer geek shit, like in 2025, what is each of your guys' setup when it comes to making a beat? Like, how did you first?
Real minimum, right? Like,
What are you using? Like,
okay, right now I have an MPC 3000.
Okay.
I have an MPC 3000 that I just bought that I have not fucking cracked open yet, but it gives me inspiration. But I am working on the Native Instruments machine and
The machine with all the buttons and shit.
Yeah, just the machine studio.
Yeah.
It's like
I got one in the studio, in my studio in there. It's like that big pad with all the buttons.
Yeah. It's like an MPC, but a virtual one now. You could use it with the computer.
Doesn't it plug into what's the Ableton? Am I tripping?
Oh, you could put. Well, I don't know.
Isn't there something that goes?
Yeah.
So and then
So that's me.
What software are you using?
Logic.
Logic.
Yeah, it's Logic. That's it. Sometimes I fuck with Ableton.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Are you like still digging, or are you because I know a lot of people like me and Al talked about this a little bit off mic a few weeks ago, but just trying to figure out how to do the thing that y'all do without having to do the samples.
Right. Me, look, I'm a sample guy for life. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like I tried the no sample thing, but I fuck with samples.
I mean, it worked out with Burn, right?
Yeah, I fuck with samples. I like.
It's like I tried it and I made Burn.
Right.
What the fuck?
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just a guitar lick, but I'm a sample guy. I just love samples. It just does something to the beat for me. You know
What about you, Al? What's the current setup and like just kind of like what you're like, when you're at the studio, or I mean, what software are you on?
Incense.
A
gong.
A gong.
Some bonsai trees.
Right.
A fish tank.
Yeah.
All those things are
and
important.
a Smack DVD. You got to balance it out.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying? You
What
gotta balance
software
it
do you
out.
use though?
I just use hardware. I just bang my head on the fucking wall. I don't even use anything anymore. It doesn't really matter, really.
It doesn't matter.
Because really, if you're nice, because people like to get caught up on equipment and all that, it's like you can make anything sing. Like you can figure out how to make your sound work. So I don't like to put too much, whatever.
Yeah.
Just pick a machine and just go crazy. Who cares?
But you know what I learned though over the course of my production years, and the switch of technology, that it doesn't even matter what the fuck you using. It's not the stuff. It's just you. Really.
Yep. What's in you?
You could buy 1,000 different kind of drum machines or softwares. It don't fucking matter.
Nope.
It don't.
Nas is kind of like a unofficial third member of Mobb Deep on this album. He's on 3 records.
Yeah, man. I mean, who would have fucking thought I would have got 3 verses from fucking
Incredible.
Esco?
I mean, fuck, he just got a casino, mass appeals going crazy.
Right. The setup is crazy, right? Like, he put out Taj Mahal and then he got a casino. He's sneaky. He's sneaky.
Think about that.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
He's sneaky.
That is
You're a
wild.
genius, son. In more ways than one.
What the fuck?
Word. Wow. Real
Brilliant.
wild. Real wild. That was brilliant.
That was brilliant.
How do you deal with right now, Al, all of the you're currently on tour with Freddie.
Yeah.
You just got off tour with Erykah Badu.
Yes.
You have a tour coming up with DJ Premier overseas.
And I'm upset because I'm not on this tour. Mobb Deep and Raekwon is really. It's the schedule.
Mobb Deep, Raekwon.
It's crazy that I'm not. I'm a pop up
man.
the ones that I can.
It's
but
just there's just
that's really criminal. But yeah, I mean, I think I need to get a manager, man.
You don't have a manager?
See, this is what happens when you manage yourself. You just start taking.
You're self-managed?
Yeah, I'll take it.
But he's so good at it, though. He's so good
I
at
have a
this
team.
shit.
Of course, I have a team. I'm saying I didn't realize that I was biting off this much. You know what I mean? In as far as workload, like damn. Like I have a friend, my man Mike, the artist Mike.
Yeah, of course.
In January, I saw his tour schedule. He had like 60 dates. And it gave me anxiety when I saw it as an artist. You're just like,
And now
oh
you
my
got
God.
like 60.
And I ended up doing the same thing. I called him like, let me take that back.
Yo, Hav,
But it's a blessing,
Can you tell me you and Kanye have a fucking thing going? You guys have a great chemistry going all the way back to like I mean he was on your guys. He's produced for y'all, but obviously Life of Pablo.
Yeah.
Even you were on the Vulture shit.
Yeah.
Explain like your guys' dynamic and what it's like to just kind of because I think I think Kanye is one of the greatest of all time. I mean I understand people have their opinions about him, but like what's that chemistry like with Ye?
I mean, it's just like artist to artist, right? You know what I mean? He asked me questions like, yo, who did I see as like my competition back in the 90s? And he was real inquisitive, but just to see his work ethic was crazy, was something to see. I just think, the chemistry is just It's normal, regular, cool shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Did you because you co-produced "Famous," which ends up being the very viral song at the time, where he talks about Taylor Swift.
Right. Lucky me.
When you heard it, like, were you like, "Oh shit, this is about to go. This is about to be something crazy."
It just sounded like, fuck Mobb Deep. Remember when he dissed Mobb Deep? It's like another one of those moments. Like, thank you, yay.
Thanks, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. That shit was dope. That shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it.
Are you? I keep hearing that 50's working on some new shit, or you happen to have any upcoming releases with Curtis?
Let me get my, listen. Curtis, if you're listening, those tracks is coming your way. They are coming your way. I didn't even know he was working on something new.
Yeah, I got hit. They were like, 50's dropping a new record, and we want you to hear it first. I was like, really?
Word? Oh, shit.
I mean, it's supposed to be like something.
One of my most favorite MCs.
Oh, yeah. Some of 50's best records produced by Havoc. Fully Loaded. My favorites,
100%.
Fully Loaded Clip.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. We're like, I missed the day. By the way, that's probably the best song on Curtis.
I'm grimy. I'm great.
Curtis, like, low-key, like, I know Curtis.
That's the sound of Queens.
But I'm saying, like, Curtis.
Queens. Like,
right. But I'm saying, like, Curtis, like, I feel like we forget there's some joints on Curtis, dog. Like, I think.
Nah, he's straight. Straight
Come on
street.
now, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
for sure. So when is the tour with you and Ray coming?
That tour is coming in November, like sometime November 15th, 13th. That's coming. It's the 30th anniversary of the Cuban Links infamous album.
Are you taking like Noid and those guys on the road with you?
Yeah, Noid's coming. Noid to be there. Yeah. It's going to be like, really fun to do. You know what I mean? Because I never been on the road with Ray. You know what I mean? Hopefully we could get Alchemist to make a guest appearance on a couple of days when he's available. Because I'm really looking forward to performing Against the World and Taj Mahal and a few other bangers that people haven't heard yet off the new album. That's what, even though I know it's a 30th anniversary tour, but I'm really hyped about performing some of the new songs.
Can you give me if you could break down the top 5, your personal top 5 rap groups of all time? We won't go duos because the duo thing,
right, rap groups.
Yeah, just groups.
Top 5. Wu-Tang.
Duos count as groups, just so we're clear.
Okay,
I just don't want to limit you to just duos.
Okay. Wu-Tang, Tropical Quest, Mobb Deep. Let me see. It's really tough. Who do I say so far? Wu-Tang, Mobb
Tribe,
Deep,
Mob.
Tribe. I got 2 more. Fucking MOP.
Okay.
And I don't know. I can't think of the last one.
I mean, you still got Outkast out there. You still got
yeah.
De La Soul. Yeah, there's a lot of guys out there.
De La Soul.
Yeah, De La. Okay.
De La.
What about you, Al?
I'm going to go the same first 3, but I'm going to add EPMD and Gangstar.
Gangstar.
I'm going to round it off like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang, Tribe.
Moment of Truth's one of my,
Deep.
it's like a top probably 7 to 8 album of my life is Moment of Truth.
Gangstar, their catalog is insane.
My goodness. Did you guys get I feel like at the time you guys are coming up, obviously Gangstar was out before y'all,
Right.
but you guys are making this high level, kind of like a similar dynamic, except for Primo didn't rap, but like, he's making the beats, you're a producer.
Right.
Did Mobb Deep and Gangstar like inspire each other at all? Like, did you guys ever talk?
I never felt like I could even get on the level of Gangstar ever at all. You know what I mean? Not to, down myself in any way, but that's how great I looked at, Gangstar, Guru, and
Because what a time to be alive in New York City when Gangstar is active and Mobb Deep is going fucking crazy.
It's crazy, man. It was a beautiful, beautiful time.
Like Full Clip and Murda Music out at the same time.
Crazy. That's what it was?
I mean, I feel like it was around the same time, right? 98, 99?
Yeah, I mean.
When was Full Clip? 99?
A little bit before.
Come on.
Maybe a year before, but it was around the same era.
Come on.
Okay, so are you going to be doing any more solo stuff after this? Or are you going to be like what after this? After you're done with the tour, like what's next?
So now, like you said earlier, I'm just like I think I got that ALC bug where I'm like, I'm hunting down artists. I'm hunting down artists.
I know you want to give
the words out. I was about to say.
I'm hunting down
the
artists.
The whole book is open.
Right.
Get the
Al
whole
has
playbook.
figured out this entire thing like nobody else. It is
It would
insane.
be an honor for me to pass any of this on to my brother. Like
it's
everything
like,
I got, he got. So
We all at.
he's got my playbook. So.
We all at. Where you at? Got to get rid
I
of
would
some of
love
these
to-
beats.
I'm trying to think. I think it'd be crazy. I don't know, man. I think you and Conway would go crazy. Y'all have worked together before.
Wow.
Dope.
Whole-
Yeah, the
like a
Juvenile
little seven
Hell
piece.
Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like, I don't know, maybe.
I can make a list of people that if they get into Havoc, it's over.
Insane.
I already.
Al, obviously,
I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Likewise.
so much happening with you. When's the Erykah Badu album coming out?
It's not a date, but it's done.
I heard that there was a listening party, so
Did a
people know it
listening?
exists.
So yes,
And then on tour, you were playing the album, right? On tour?
we did a tour where we
Was it
played
like 8
the
dates? It was like a pretty short
10
tour,
or
right?
11 dates,
Yeah.
but we did the thing where you had to check in your phones, and she
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
right,
the
right.
comedy
she's
thing.
a genius, man. She had the
Right.
idea to like we played the entire new album live,
Right.
and it's kind of like we got a consensus over. Used to play that for the DJs and we did that live, and every night like clockwork, 2 or 3 songs jumped.
Wow.
So we know the
Yeah.
You knew which
singles.
two,
That's
yeah.
dope.
It's crazy.
That's
Shout out
dope.
to E. She's a
Yeah.
otherworldly.
That's dope.
Alfredo 2 is a contender. I have Alfredo 2 or Let God Sort Him Out as my albums of the
right
year.
there.
So.
It's right
right there, man.
Right there. That's a blessing, man. I mean,
And
shout out to
you
the
know what else
Clipse.
is right there?
Talk to me.
That 2 Chainz Larry album, man.
And then in a minute,
That was
what
early.
is it? What
Infinite.
10-10? We're gonna have
Infinite.
another something to talk about on 10-10.
10-10.
Let's have that conversation.
Infinite album.
Yes.
Infinite album.
10-10.
10-10.
Infinite.
Taj Mahal's out now.
Yes.
Whole album will be out.
Yes.
Vinyls. I think the vinyls and merch just
They out
dropped.
now. You cop now.
Yeah,
Go to the
man.
site now.
Go get it.
You have more merch out than anybody on the planet right now, Al, because there's just so many.
I got a box for you. Don't worry, bro.
Look, I bought all the Alfredo shit.
Stop that.
I bought it all. It's
You
fine.
don't need to. You
No,
can-
I know, but
Thank
I
you.
like to put my, I
That's
like,
your guy. Fraser guy.
100%, man.
Shout out to Kane.
So good luck on for the rest of the year, Al. Hopefully you don't exhaust yourself.
And I'm definitely coming back. This was long overdue, but who better to do it with than my brother, man?
Thank
to
you.
celebrate
Thank you.
Mobb Deep.
Yo, listen, thank you. You are a fucking icon. I'm so
Appreciate
happy
you.
that there's a new Mobb Deep album in 2025. And for people who haven't heard it, I was blessed to be able to listen to the album. I listened to it 2 times straight through today, and it's fucking fire. Like I said, you guys really pulled off a very difficult feat in making it feel like, oh, this is a fucking Mobb Deep album.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Prodigy.
Yep.
Go get the album, pre-order, buy the vinyl, buy the hoodie, and get
Get
a
it
concert
all.
ticket.
Come to the
Get
show.
Get the concert ticket.
There it is, man. Appreciate y'all.